So after an eternity of grinding and about 6 of these gummed up grinding pads, you're left with this. Basically smooth. There's still some areas I gotta get. In here I'll probably have to use a file or something to get right in here. Back here I'll still be able to grind. But you also want to try to file out your holes, because when you grind with that disc, it pushes plastic into the hole. Then you'll have to use your finger and a file and pop off the melted plastic pieces, which is going to be a lot of them. Make sure to blow it out real good. You will have to clean it real good once you have it all done. You'll have to go inside through the throttle body hole, and that's what you'll have to clean through. It's in here, and get it real clean, because as you can see there's pieces of plastic coming out of my hand. So now I'll take a round file, just your standard round file, and I'll go in here and I'll clean up these edges. Just to make sure we're good and tight on the plastic pieces, because you don't want something real thin right here and then it's going to blow out later. Especially if you're going to run a turbo, because they do run turbos on the stock intake, but you really want to make sure if you're doing like a shave, you have it really good and thick. And then also, I'll show you later, we're going to fiberglass this with resin jelly. You don't want to use the matte and resin on this, because really once it puts pressure on it, if it blows out, it'll rip the whole mat right off. And you want to use something that's really strong. The fiberglass with the kitty hair in it, which is what it's called, which is completely weird, but it will be the best way to go, because that has strands of fiberglass in it. But I think there's also one that has strands of metal in it, but I don't remember what it was called. I'm not sure on that. But I'll be back on when I'm ready to start melting plastic into the new holes. Okay, there's little holes in the top here, as you can see. These ones. So you're going to need something pretty round. So what I've done is, our channel sponsor, Century, has a great set of hole saw blades, and a 7/8 is what it is, and they fit in these holes perfect. Now what I'll do is I'll weld that back up with plastic and then put a screw in it to hold it in there to weld it in there with plastic. Since I don't have a drill press or anything else like a vise or anything, I'll have to hand cut these just like this, which is, don't do this at home, don't do this anywhere really. Because that happens and it jerks out of your hand and it hurts. So I got it in reverse right now to push the hole through. The only other way you could do this would be to use a just an air saw again and try to cut it as round as humanly possible. But this is the best way, I think. What's going on is there's a spine here in the back, and it's catching it through the hole every time and ripping it out of my hand. You definitely don't want to put your finger in there, because it'll probably break your finger off. So, gotta keep trying to get it through this hole. Yep. Once it's cut, I mean, it'll go through it easy. But getting that hole started is the fun part. Nope, nope, nope. And so basically, after you cut your hole with your drill bit, which is going to take you a while, you'll want to weld the hole back up using your soldering iron or your blowtorch. We'll show you that next.